Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian, and we're doing an entry video for the March to Space group build and the Bandai group build. Ka-ching! Right there. In the midst of everything else we got going on with this little guy back here and our USAC model group. We'll just sneak in the Roadrunner here. Dun 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 dun. We got a lot of other stuff going on. Got those two builds. Got some other stuff idling in the wings. And now it's time to start another group build. So we wanted to do something both for Bandai and for this March to Space group build hosted by ESU Order, my buddy Matt. We're also doing this in conjunction with, so this is a threefer, doing this in conjunction with our good friend PapaDan over at Hobby Time with PapaDan. We both are big fans of this particular spaceship here, the Star Blazers 2199. This is the Battleship Yamato, Space Battleship Yamato, I should say. I'm sure there's a couple of different ways of saying that word. That's how I learned how to say it, so that's kind of how I'm saying it now. It is 1/1000th scale, as it says right here in Japanese also. This is a TV show that I grew up with. It was, I think, originally broadcast in Japan in the 1970s. I saw it in the 1980s when I was a kid. It was already a decade old by the time I saw it, but it is a very, very popular show in Japan and amongst anime fans here in the United States. So this is definitely something that I'm really looking forward to doing. So on the side here, if you are not familiar with the backstory of this particular TV show slash movie, it is something that, of course, takes place in the future, 2199, of course, and the Earth is being bombarded by radioactive material from an outside planet, a planet outside our solar system that is just trying to terraform the planet Earth into their version of what a planet should be. And the only thing that we have that will move from one solar system to the other is a secretly rebuilt Japanese battleship. It was a Japanese cartoon, so of course it's going to be the Japanese battleship. But it was secretly rebuilt as a spaceship and has a special main gun that can destroy like moons and stuff, and then it can also do spaceful jumps from to I don't know, shorten the Kessel Run, I guess. But it is I just love the fact that they took a World War II battleship and changed it into a spacefaring vessel. I just think that is so cool. Yeah, so if we can see in this photo right here, that is the main gun that's on the front of the ship, and it is like the secret powerful weapon that saves the day in just about every episode. So yeah, we are very excited about doing this one here. I'm going to take the lid off here, and then we're going to show you some of the bits and such, but we're going to take the baggies off because if you can tell, Bandai always makes very crinkly plastic. So we'll be back in just a mo. All right, so after a few minutes of unwrapping things, we've got all this plastic here to figure out how to recycle. But this box is full. It is full of styrene, and it is awesome styrene. We do have a couple of small transparent pieces. There is an option for doing a lighted version of this kit. That is not in this particular one, but I think there is an actual lighted version out there. At first glance, we were kind of wondering why this was molded in such an odd color compared to everything else, and then we realized that this is actually a separate ship. It should be one of the carrier aircraft. I think it's I believe it's a support vessel for the Yamato. It could also be a villain's a baddie spacecraft. So I'm not 100% sure. I have to do some reading on that real quick and find out. But it was an actual surprise to us. We didn't know that was that was actually in this. Typical Bandai stuff is molded in color, and the color value is very, very close to what I would consider from the anime series. Since it was, of course, a cartoon, it was animated. Color values do shift from one frame to the next, depending on who is the artist of the day, I think. But this looks like it's a good overall representation of what Hull Red would look like in 2199 while you're floating through space. Again, this is Bandai, so it's a press fit. you do have the option of gluing things together. It's not really like a snap together. Things do press into place. And sometimes over time, with the changes in heat and humidity, whatever, the pieces will work their way apart. So I sometimes glue stuff. That's all the lower hull stuff. Everything that's in this dark gray plastic here, or I guess battleship gray is what I should say, is of course upper hull. Look at how they did this. Look at how thick this is. Okay, that's all to protect this stuff. Those little anti-spacecraft guns. Look at that. Those are molded so nicely. So nicely. Nice job, Bandai. So there's a couple of repeat pieces there. This is all the fighter spacecraft here. Look at these little guys. 1/1000 scale. Can't even see the little peoples. But yeah, that looks really cool. So there's actually a little display piece that you can set aside. Is there a photo of it here? Let's see. Let's look at the instructions real quick. Super fast. Yeah, here we go. Look, there's that's the little hangar bay for this fighter spacecraft. That's actually inside the ship. So that's kind of slick. I like that. That's a nice little option. One of the upper deck, upper foredeck, I guess is what it's called. I'm not a ship guy, but I will be by the time I'm done with this. This is actually the bridge. It's like a double decker bridge deal, and according to the original, or I should say the real Yamato, I am not 100% sure how much of this stuff actually carry. I know the Yamato did not have stuff like that on there, but I'm not sure what actually carries over from the artistic interpretation of what the ship should be for the space vessel compared to the actual vessel itself. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this. See how it's molded like that to protect the bow. That is so cool. And there's that main gun right there. Ka-chow. That's cool. And then we got some turret action going here. We're going to have to build up our own turrets. That's cool. Yeah, man. I'm sorry if this is... my hand's not big enough to block a lot of the background. This is a busy background. I apologize. Let's see here. More spacefaring vessels. And then let's see here. Here's the actual hull pieces. So that's... It looks like we get to actually put an anchor in place. And yes, the anchor was useful for this spaceship. Oddly enough. The ship would anchor to gigantic asteroids when it would needed to hide behind things. But yeah, this is just really cool. This is the actual main engine exhaust nozzle, thruster nozzle. And then for the last piece here, we have the base. And then we can attach on there that cylinder that we saw with the little fighter craft on there. And then we can also have individual fighter craft up here too. Just a really cool way of doing things. And then of course that hangar bay cylinder deal looks like it's all this stuff right here. There's a lot going on with this dude. Even though I said before it's molded in color pretty nicely, we probably will try to paint it so we can get some tone variations and stuff on the hull, because I mean this artistic rendering of it is very cool. You can see there's some streaking on there and such, and I just want to do that. I just want to attempt that. Actually, no, this is not a painting. This is actually a photograph of the built-up model, just done really, really super well. So there we go. Probably won't have lights in ours, but we will paint all the glass green and such so that it looks like the actual vessel. All right, with all of that said, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in yet again and sticking with us. And hope you follow along with us, however it's said, for our triple dip group build. All right, y'all, take it easy, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye!